Number 42, fencing. A farmer needs to enclose 2 adjacent rectangular pastures. How much fencing does the farmer need? So they've given us 2 different measurements, and we have the fencing going in this direction. Let's use a different color. And this is 30 and 2/9 yards, and we have 3 fences or sides of the fences that should be this same measurement. So I'm going to write that out as 3 times 30 and 2/9. And then we have this other fencing going in the other direction. That is 50 and 5/8 yards, and there's 2 of those. So that is going to be 2 times 50 and 5/8 yards. And once we figure out what all of those are together, we will add them. So I'm going to break this up into 2 pieces, and we'll just do it one at a time. So we have this part, and I think to keep things consistent, let's make that red so we remember what fences those are. All right, so the first thing that I want to do here is I want to change any mixed numbers into improper fractions. And we will do that using this circular motion that we've been doing. So we want to multiply these bottom numbers and add to the top. So that turns into 9 times 30 plus 2, all of that over 9, and that is 272. 272 over 9, and we're going to multiply that by 3. So that's the first one. Second one, we need to do the same thing. Multiply 8 times 50 and then add 5. So 8 times 50 plus 5. All of that over 8. Oops, we're not ready for that yet. Okay, so 8 times 50 is 400. 400 plus 5 is 405 over 8. And then we're going to multiply that by 2. Okay, so now we have this problem. These are our red fences, and these are our purple fences. Okay, I'm going to do one at a time now. I'm going to change my whole numbers into fractions. So this is going to look like 3 over 1 times 272 over 9. And then this is going to be 2 over 1 times 405 over 8. Okay, so let's take care of this red part first. This is going to turn into 3 times 272, all of that over 1 times 9. This purple one is going to turn into 2 times 405, all of that over 1 times 8. Okay, 3 times 272. We're going to get a pretty big number here. But if we do some simplifying before we even start, we're going to divide this by 3. This is going to turn into 1, and this is going to turn into 3. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So I divide this by 2. I divide this by 2. This is going to turn into 1. This is going to turn into 4. Okay, let's clean that up a little bit. So 1 times 272, 1 times 3, 1 times 405, 1 times 4. Okay, now the multiplication is pretty easy. We have 1 times 272 is 272, all of that over 3. 1 times 405 is 405. 1 times 4 is 4. And now we have addition. Okay, so now we need to find common denominators. Common denominators. And I think the easiest one, we're going to multiply the top and the bottom by 4 and multiply the top and the bottom by 3. And that will give us a common denominator of 12. So 272 times 4 gives me 1,088. 405 times 3 is 1,215, and I'm going to add those together. 2,303, all that over 12. Okay, so this is my answer, but I need to make this into a mixed number. Mixed number. We're going to do that using division. So 2303 divided by 12. If it helps, we can do our list on the side. 12 times 2 is 24. 12 times 3 is 36. 12 times 4 is 48. 12 times 5 is 60. 12 times 6 is 72. 12 times 8 is 96. 12 times 9 is 108. And we don't need 10. Okay. So let's see. I can take 1 out of 23. That will give me 11. Bring my 0 down. And I can take 9 out of that. 108. That gives me 2 left over. Bring down my 3. I can take 1 out of that. And now I'm gonna use my decimal points. You know what? We're making a fraction or a mixed number, so we don't even have to do decimal points. My whole number is 191. And my fraction is 12. Denominator is 12, and I have 11 left over, so my numerator is 11. So this is my answer, 191 and 11/12. And that is how much fencing the farmer needs. This is in yards, so I'm going to write yards.